Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting East Coast Honda. And I'm checking out a 2017 Honda Civic hatchback in the EX trim level. Let's go ahead and check it out. This vehicle sitting on 215 50 R17 Continental Pro Contact tires wrapped around 17-inch alloy wheels with a black design, really sporty looking. It also has four-wheel disc brakes with ventilated disc brakes in the front and solid disc brakes in the back. The name of this color is Crystal Black Pearl, and pretty much everything is a gloss black on this vehicle. The wheels, everything except for a few panels here in the front bottom grille area. Even the center grille is a gloss black. Now the headlights are all powered by halogen bulbs. In the low beams you have a projector system, and the high beams is a reflector. You also have a reflector halogen fog light there at the bottom. This is what the key looks like. It's a proximity key system. This vehicle has the ability to just keep this key in your pocket and you can drive the vehicle. It does have a lock and unlock button. It also has a remote start, the ability to open up the hatch, and a panic button. There is a physical key on the inside in case you need it, but generally you just keep it in your pocket. As long as I have the key with me, I can walk up to the vehicle. I can lock the doors by pushing this button. I can unlock it just by putting my hand behind the handle for a second. Senses my hand, it senses the key and unlocks the door. Alright, so here's the inside of the passenger door, and it's all black except for this metallic looking accent right up here. You also have some white contrast stitching there, all soft to the touch around your arm here with a cloth material. You have a place to put a bottle at the bottom, storage compartment that goes way back there. You have a tweeter and a driver speaker. There's your threshold area. Manually adjusted seats here on the passenger side. You have the contrast stitching in the black seat with the black cloth seat with the white contrast stitching. You have the center line, this here and here. It kind of resembles, the pattern resembles carbon fiber. Very comfortable cloth seats with slight bolstering, not too intrusive, just about right. And here is the floorboard, and a pretty good amount of legroom in this vehicle. Then you have that this kind of like a sporty texturing pattern right there. Check out the glove compartments, all smooth plastic on the inside so you can clean it out easy. Here's the inside of the back door, all black except for the handle there. You have a cloth surface right here, and then kind of like a, not a soft, but like a rubberized feeling material right in there. Little storage pocket. You have two speakers on this door as well. Okay, so here's your back seat, and it's pretty much a bench seat with the armrests there in the center that can fold out of the way. They also have cup holders. Now you can utilize all that space, 3 passengers. It does have the latch system for car seats as well. There's your floorboard. You do have a slight hump there in the center, kind of medium hump, I guess you can say. So the center passenger will have to deal with that. Okay, taking a look at the back of the vehicle, check it out. It has 2 spoilers, one there at a higher position and one in a lower position with the third brake light there. And you can see the glass actually extends down below this second spoiler. There's a rear wiper. Backup camera is right in here, almost in the center position. Okay, so let's take a look at the cargo area with the hatch. So the hatchback is one of my favorite type of vehicles because it gives you the ability to access the cargo area a little bit better than a trunk. Now this one has a shade here that's removable. So you can remove that shade, it just clips in place. You also have this shade that actually slides out from one side. So let me show you here. It does that number. You can also remove this whole thing by unlatching it and get it out of the way in case you need to. So here's your cargo area, and this one has the plastic cargo mat in place. You have some tie downs here and here. Your tools for your spare tire are located in here. And your spare tire is located under this cover. So let me lift this up to show you. Right there, there's your spare tire, and you can also utilize some of that space for cargo space if you really want to. Now those seats will fold down in a 60-40 split fashion, so you can have a combination of cargo and passenger space. But once you fold all of them down, you have this really wide opening and a large cargo space to put whatever you want back here. The fuel door is on the driver's side, which is super convenient, and it's lockable. So right now it's locked. All I have to do is unlock the doors. So it unlocks the doors of the vehicle, also unlocks the fuel door. And check it out. No fuel. No cap. No fuel cap. You just put the nozzle in there, pump the gas. You don't have to worry about a cap, losing the cap getting in the way while you're pumping the gas, or the cap being too loose and your check engine light coming on. So that's pretty convenient. Let's take a look at the window sticker. Now you can use the pause button to get some more information off of it. Just going to quickly show it to you in case you want to check it out. It's very specific to this vehicle, but it does give you an idea of what you can get. To start the Civic, all you have to do is have the key inside. It can be in your pocket or whatever. Put your foot on the brake and push this button. Here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. Hooks in place in two places there to keep it from sliding around or getting crooked on you. There's your accelerator and brake pedal. You also have a footrest over here, the place to put your foot while you're driving. I think that's a must for me anyway. All right, let's take a look under the hood. To open the hood, there's a latch a little bit to the left of center. So here's the center, a little bit over here, a few inches. Reach in, you move it to the right, and then you lift it up. Now it does require a prop to hold it up. There's the prop, and there's actually two places you can put the prop. So that's the normal position, but if you really want to have the hood out of your way, you can put it in this position. Okay, so here's your engine compartment, and this one has a 1.5 liter turbocharged direct injection 4-cylinder engine, and I like the fact that it's not covered up with a big plastic cover. You can actually see the engine. So you can see the coil packs here above the spark plugs. Those are your 4 cylinders, and your intake is here in the back, which your fresh air comes into the engine, and then you have your turbo and your exhaust there in the front. Now this engine gets 174 horsepower, and it's paired to a CVT automatic transmission. Will be in this area below all the battery, the insulated battery. And you see the strut towers there, insulated firewall. Also, this vehicle is designed with the ACE body structure, where the vehicle is designed with different strength steel, and also the contours of it help absorb impacts and make the vehicle safer. And one of the things you can actually notice here by lifting the hood is this frame bar right here comes out and then goes down. So basically, if you were in an impact, that would bend down and divert and absorb the energy from the impact better. So that's one thing you can notice right away. Here's the inside of the driver's side door. It's basically a mirror of the other side, just like it, except for it has a few more buttons. So you have your power windows, one touch up and down for your driver and passenger. Your door lock control. Side mirrors are adjusted here. You just pick a side and adjust it with this little pad. manually adjusted seats here on the driver's side as well. The only difference is this one has the up and down lever, so you can raise and lower the seat. So right in here, we have your traction control that you can turn off. It has a tilt and a telescoping steering column, and you lock it in place with this lever. Okay, let's take a look here on the inside. And seats are very comfortable. I can put the seat back pretty much too far to where my legs are completely straight out, and so there's lots of room up here in the front. Even have a little place contour there for my knee to go into, and but just overall a surprisingly amount of leg room, and of course the seats are pretty comfortable. Okay, so let's go ahead and start here on the steering wheel. Now it's a synthetic steering wheel with a simulated leather texturing, and then you have the perforated simulated texturing down here as well as the top. And then you have these grips, and very durable feeling material. It feels like it's just going to last forever. It's really tough. Okay, so your cruise control is here on the right side, and on the left side you have your volume for your radio, so you can go up and down with your volume, and then you can change through the different bands like AM, FM, satellite radio here, and you can change through your presets by going left and right. This button will cycle through different menus, which we'll get to in just a minute. Your Bluetooth controls for your phone are right here. You can answer and hang up. You also have a voice recognition system, and you can push that to do the voice thing. Okay, so your windshield wiper controls are on the right, and your turn signal is on the left, as well as your headlight controls. So you have off, parking light, automatic, and then your headlights, and then your fog lights are controlled here. Also at the end, there's a button at the very end of it that you push that, and that will turn on the camera that's just below this side mirror. So it gives you a direct view in your blind spot on the passenger side. Let's take a look at the gauges. You have your engine coolant temperature there on the left, and on the right side you have your fuel gauge. But right there in the center you have this digital screen actually, and it gives you your RPMs as well as a digital speedometer there in the center. Your odometer, outside temperature, and your clock is down at the bottom, and what gear you're in is over here. But basically this information right in here could be changed by pushing this button. It's a little menu button, so I'm going to cycle through to show you. Right now it's the turbo button, so let's go into there. So it shows you what the turbo pressure there. Push it again, and then you can go into when it's time to change your oil, and we can go again to see what your radio is doing. Push it again and we'll see what your phone's doing, caller ID and stuff like that. This will change to kilometers per hour, and then you can see your fuel economy and all that good stuff. Also, these little white bars will change colors. Will turn green as you're driving to let you know that you're driving within the eco mode, so that you're getting the best fuel economy. So it kind of helps you out, coaches you as you drive to make sure, if you're concerned with fuel economy, kind of helps you with that. All right, I think I would stick there. That's pretty neat. Okay, so take a look at the center stack. You have your four-way flashers here. Okay, so here's your touch screen, and it does have some soft touch buttons here on the left side. So this is your home screen, and you can go into your main components of your system right from the screen. You can go into and change your instrument panel, and you have some different extra screens in case you add some stuff. But generally this is your starting point, and you have audio like your radio, and there's different ways of playing music through the sound system. So right now we have the satellite radio, but we can change the audio source to AM, FM, satellite radio, Bluetooth, iPod, Pandora, you know, your smartphone through Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Lots of cool ways of playing music through the sound system. All right, so you can get some information here regarding your trip computer. Now, you see right there, it's kind of showing you your trip. and all the specs there as far as your fuel economy and all that good stuff. Alright, I want to go back to this screen because there is a wallpaper that you can change, and it has a clock too, so you can put your own wallpaper here. So you can put your pictures of your kids or whatever you want, and then there's a big digital clock there in the center. Honda iLink or Honda Link. Let's go ahead and we're not going to go in there because it's actually an app from your cell phone. So that's same thing with the smartphone connection. You'll have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability, and then you can set up your phone. And once you set up your phone with the Bluetooth system, you'll have access to recent calls and your call history, and you'll be able to send and receive calls based on your phone book. And then there's a bunch of settings here you can go into and adjust whatever you want. Okay, so that's kind of a quick rundown of the main features of this, but it also has an Android component here with this button. And it goes into basically just like an Android device where you have a browser where you can search the internet, you have a calculator, you can download stuff, gallery of pictures, you can do searches, and you can install apps. There's your volume, and then you can go into different menus, and then there's a back button. You can always go to your climate by pushing this button. It instantly goes to this screen where you have your fan speed and where you want the air to blow, and you can turn the air conditioning on and off. Your actual temperatures are down here, so you have your driver and passenger temperatures, which you can sync if you want to. And then you can recirculate the air, and then you have your front and rear defrosters. And when you turn on the rear defroster, it also turns on your heated side mirrors. You also have heated seats, a 3-stage heated seat button right here, so you can have a high, medium, low. Okay, so right in here is a little storage compartment. I say a little, it's pretty good size. Goes in there quite a ways, and it has a rubber floor to it, but let's see if you can see in there. There's actually a little place for wires to go up and over into this compartment from the lower tier compartment. So this actually has a lower kind of shelf component right here, or place to put your stuff, and it has a USB port, which is where you would use for your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connections, your smartphone connections, and then you have a 12-volt power supply there. So you can extend the wires up into this compartment if you need to, and it has little wire holders, 2 of them right there. Okay, so here's your shifter, and let's go ahead and put it in reverse so we can see what the backup camera looks like. There's the backup camera, and it has different views. So right now it's the wide view. You can have like more of a straight view that's not so wide and distorted, and then you can have more of a top down, like directly behind the vehicle, right next to the bumper. Okay, neutral, drive. And drive, your normal drive position is going to change through the different speed ratios. Sport mode is going to emphasize as much performance as the vehicle can give you, and that will disregard the fuel economy. And then you have this low range to where it will give you some engine braking if you're going down a steep hill. You also have this brake hold feature, and once you enable it, when you come to a stop, it's going to hold the brakes for you. You don't actually have to hold it. The vehicle will be in drive, and you're just sitting there with the brakes held for you while you're sitting at like a traffic light or whatever. So that's pretty neat. And then you have this electronic parking brake, which you can enable by pulling up and disable by pushing down. Then you have Econ mode, which you can turn on, and this is basically the opposite of sport mode. It's going to give you the best fuel economy possible with a slight diminishment of your performance. Okay, so this has a center armrest and compartment that's pretty interesting. This portion can slide forward and back, and it's all cloth. It's like a cloth surface here. And this slides forward and back. It also lifts up and out of the way, like so. And you have these cup holders that slide around. You can slide forward and back. It has this little tray that slides forward and back. Both of these are removable, so you can take them out and put them back in, like so. And then, so basically you can use this whole compartment the way you want it. You can kind of customize it just the way you want it. It also has a USB charger down in there, so you can plug in a cell phone and charge it, or whatever device you need to charge. And it's a 1 amp charger. You also have like this place to, if you can see in there, it's actually quite a ways down there. There's a place to put a larger cup in there if you need to. You also have this small compartment right in here, just for small items. Okay, so up here you have a manual day and night mode for your rearview mirror. You have tap lights for your driver and passenger. You have the ability to turn on the interior lights with the door by putting on that setting, or you can have that off. You do have a sunroof. That's the control for that, which we'll get to in just a second. Here's your rearview mirror. I mean, this is your visor with your mirror and lights in it. Okay, so here is the sunroof. And the sunroof has a shade that blocks 100% of the light. So we can slide this back, let the light in, and then we can use this button to vent it like so and get some air in. Or we can open it up and get a lot of air in. There we go, that's as far as it goes back. And we can use the shade if we want to. Okay, let's look at the visibility in the back. With the hatchback, you can see pretty good, and look at there, there between the headrests, you can see where the spoiler is, and it doesn't really get in the way that much. So you have that spoiler, you have the third brake light, and it's just pretty much see-through right in that area. You have pretty good sized pillars back there, but not too bad, because you have the glass here on the sides, as well as the backup camera and the blind spot camera. Alright, so there you have it. Thank you for watching, and thank you to East Coast Honda in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I'll see you guys next time.